Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to the world of physics. So we were discussing about the chapter magnetism, and first two classes we have discussed about what is magnetism. Then we started to learn about the properties of magnet. In properties of magnet, we have completed two topics. First one, attractive property. Then the next one is directive property. Today we are going to study about the second one, the third one, magnetic poles exist in pairs. Then we will discuss on attraction and repulsion between the magnets. Then in the last portion we will discuss about test for a magnet. This is what we are going to discuss today. As you know, we have already discussed about when we have discussed about the directive property of magnet. I have said that the magnet is having two poles, that is north pole and south pole. Magnetic north pole and magnetic south pole. And we have defined it in such a way that the pole which is pointing towards the geographic north of the earth is called as the magnetic north pole. And the pole which is facing towards the geographic south of the earth is called the magnetic south pole. This is what we have discussed in last class. Today, the first point we are going to discuss that magnetic poles are existing in pairs. We know a magnet is having two poles, north pole and south pole. So it is clear from the statement, it is clear that magnetic poles are always existing pairs. That means we are not able to separate north pole and south pole. We are not able to separate north pole and south pole. Here we are going to consider a bar magnet. I have drawn here a bar magnet, north and south. Now I am going to break this magnet into two pieces. So if I break this magnet into two pieces, maybe I will like this now. I am going to break this magnet into two pieces. So it doesn't mean that these are only one north pole and one south pole. As you have broken the magnet into two pieces, automatically there will be the other pole will be generated. That means here it will become south pole, here it will become north pole, north and south pole. Again, if you break this one into two pieces again, what you will get? You will get one north pole, south pole, one north pole, south pole. So this is what we have experimentally we have proved that magnetic poles are not able to separate. They always exist in pairs. Magnetic poles are always existing in pairs. So this is a very important point. The next one is attraction and repulsion between magnets. Attraction and repulsion between the magnet. How the magnet is having attraction and how the magnet is going to have a repulsion. So I am going to consider here a stand. On a stand, a thread, using a thread, I have suspended a bar magnet. I have suspended a bar magnet which is having north pole and south pole. So what I have done, I have taken a stand. On the stand I have suspended a bar magnet using a thread. Okay, now the next step is I am going to take another one bar magnet which is having north and south pole. North and south pole. Clear? Another one magnet, north and south pole. Then what I will do, I will take this bar magnet and I will show this north pole to the south pole. North pole to the south pole. So what will happen? They will be attracting each other. Our observation is when I have shown a north pole of a magnet towards the south pole of a magnet, they attract each other. They attract each other. Got it? Now, second step. I am just reversing this magnet. That means I have taken here. That means I am just taking this into as north and south. I am taking this magnet and showing here. This south pole I am going to shown here in the north pole and of this one. So I have taken this magnet to this side and I have shown the south pole near to the north pole. That is the second case. When I have shown the south pole of a magnet near to the north pole of the magnet, there also I could experience that they are attracting each other. They are attracting each other. So first I have shown north pole near to the south pole. They have attracted. Second case, I have shown south pole near to the north pole. Again, they have attraction. Okay, clear? Now, I am going to reverse this one. That means first I have shown north pole near to the south pole. No? So I am going to change to south pole and north pole. Just reversing this one. So the third case, I am bringing south pole near to the south pole. South pole near to the south pole. At that day, I can observe that they will be repelling. They will be repelling, not attracting. They are going to repel. They are going to repel. Then here also I am going to reverse. Here north pole and here south pole. So north pole is going to come near to the north pole. North pole is going to come near to the north pole. There also my observation will be repulsion, not attraction, repulsion. So first I have shown north pole near to the south pole. Second, I have shown what the north pole near to the south pole. No, south pole near to the north pole. Then I have shown south pole towards the south pole, north pole and north pole. This I have done 4 steps. First I have shown north pole to the south pole, attracted, south pole to the north pole, attracted, south pole to the south pole, repelled, and north pole to the north pole, repelled. So attraction and repulsion of magnets, we can conclude like this. The same poles are going to be repel each other. The same poles of the magnet are going to be repel each other, whereas the opposite pole of the magnets will be attracting each other. What is our conclusion? The same pole of the magnet will be repelled each other and the opposite poles of the magnet is going to be attract each other. Clear now? This is the conclusion. So north-south will be attracted or south-north will be attracted, but south-south will be repelled and north-north is going to be repelled. Is it clear? Yes. Now, we are going to discuss our next topic, that is test for a magnet. Test for a magnet. Here already we have used 2 magnets. Okay. Now, suppose you have got a metallic bar, rectangular shape, a metallic bar you are going to get. So you don't know whether it is a magnetic material or non-magnetic material. So first we are going to test whether the given metallic bar is magnetic material or a non-magnetic material. So what we need? We need another one, magnet. So I am going to take another one, magnet. Suppose maybe north-south. Magnet I am considering. Okay, so you are provided with a metallic bar. You want to test that whether it is a magnet or not. So the step is that you need another one, magnet, to check whether the given metallic bar is a magnet or not. So what you are doing first? First you are taking the magnet and bringing it to the metallic bar. Okay. Now, if there is no attraction or repulsion, nothing, no effect, then this is not a magnetic material. This is not a magnetic material. Clear? Okay. The second one is that suppose when I bring this one near to this one, suddenly it repel. Suddenly this metallic bar shows a repelling property. It has shown the repulsion. So it's clear. Confirmed that it is the given one is a magnet. It's confirmed the given one is a magnet. Clear? The first one, we have brought the magnet near to the metallic bar. There was no effect, no attraction, no repulsion. That means it's not magnet. Second case, when we have brought this one near to this one, the metallic bar repel. If it is repel, it is confirmed the given one is a magnet. Now the third case, what will be? It can be attracted, no? It can be attracted. So when I have shown this one, then suddenly it is attracted. If it is attracted, we have to go again further checking whether it is a magnet or not. So third case, when I have drawn this one here, it is attracted. When it is attracted, it is clear that it can be a magnet or it can be a magnetic material. It can be a magnet or it can be a magnetic material. Now, the bar is again attracted to the magnet. It means that the metallic bar does not have a magnetic force. So again, what you have to do? When it is attracted, you are going to turn the bar magnet. You are going to turn the bar magnet. So it was north pole. We are going to change this one south and north. Again, if it is attracted, it's clear that it is a magnetic material. It do not have any poles. It do not have any poles. Already I have said that when it is attracted, surely attraction will be with the opposite pole, repulsion will be with the equal pole. So when we have shown this magnet near the metallic bar, it attracted. So we have reversed this magnet, that means we change the pole. If we have changed the pole, then also if it is attracted, it is clear that poles are not existing. So it is a magnetic material, not a magnet. Now, the next one, when we have reversed this one, again repulsion was there. One side attraction was there. When we have changed the poles, again if the repulsion is showing, confirm the given metallic bar is magnet. Confirm the given metallic bar is a magnet. So we can say that repulsion will be the surest test for magnetism. Repulsion will be the surest test for magnetism. If a given metallic bar or whatever material, if it is attracted, it is a magnetic material. When you are reversing the poles, if it is having a repulsion property, clear, it is magnet. So repulsion is the surest test for magnetism. Repulsion is the surest test for magnetism. Clear now? Now again, we have some general terms. What we have laid. So I have drawn here a small bar magnet here. So this part. So a bar magnet is having two poles, north pole and south pole. What is magnetic north pole? The pole of the magnet, when it is freely suspended, facing towards the geographic north, is called the north pole. Magnetic north pole. Then what will be the magnetic south pole? The pole of a freely suspended magnet, which is lying towards the geographic south of the earth, is called the magnetic south pole. Two terms you understood now? Already the property we have seen. Now, we have another one. What I can see here, which is starting from the, which is going from the north pole and the south pole. It is called magnetic axis. It is called magnetic axis. What is magnetic axis? An imaginary line XY. We are just naming this one. An imaginary line XY, which is passing through the magnetic north and the magnetic south, is called magnetic axis. An imaginary line in the diagram, in the textbook, is shown as XY, which is passing through north pole and south pole of the magnet, is known as what? Is known as what? Magnetic axis. Magnetic axis. The last term we are going to do, that is magnetic equator. Magnetic equator. The magnetic equator is bisecting the magnet into two. It is also an imaginary line, which is PQ. Bisecting the effective length of the magnet is called. It is a total length, you know. The imaginary line which is bisecting the total length of the magnet into 2 points. The imaginary line which is bisecting the total length of the magnet into 2 is called magnetic equator. Magnetic equator. Okay, these are the 4 general types. And one more thing, length of the magnet. The distance between north pole and south pole. The distance between north pole and south pole is called as the length of the magnet. The distance between north pole and south pole is called the length of the magnet. Okay, so what are the things we have learned today? First, we have seen that magnetic poles are existing in pairs. That means if we are breaking the magnet into two pieces, again north pole south will be automatically generated. If that pieces again if you break, again north pole and south pole will be generated. So we are not able to separate the poles into one north pole and south pole. Always poles will be existing in pairs. If you are making very small piece of magnet also, you will have north pole and south pole. Then we have seen that attraction and repulsion between the magnets. That means same poles will be repelled and opposite poles will be attracted. Then finally we have seen about the test for a magnet. That means we want to test whether the given material is magnet or not. Then repulsion is the surest test for magnetism. Repulsion is the surest test for magnetism. And finally we have learned some general terms. Magnetic north pole, magnetic south pole, and magnetic equator and magnetic axis. So there is a homework for you. Take an A4 size sheet and page number 84. This diagram is shown with the explanation. You have to draw it on an A4 size sheet. And one more thing, take your rough copy or again either rough copy or an A4 size sheet. Page number 85. Check your progress. Answer the following is given. Check your progress. Answer the following is given. You are supposed to complete the answers. 6 questions are there. Define a magnet is given. What are the natural magnets? Already we have discussed in first class. Name some commonly used shape of magnets. Already in the previous classes we have drawn even in the board. Then stage 3. Directive property of magnets. Already we have discussed. Then what is the surest test for magnetism? Repulsion is the surest test for magnetism given. What do you understand by the magnetic axis or of a magnetic axis? It's also given in page number 84. So read the textbook well, complete the homework. Okay, be safe. Thank you.